Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. Got a little couplet of some deadlift strength work followed by a very traditional AMRAP 15 minutes that is going to include some elements that I guarantee are going to be in the CrossFit Open, so pay attention to this one. Start off with 2 rounds through, just a little bodyweight movement, 4 shuttle runs, so down and back, down and back. The next one I want to do down with high knees, so drive those feet fast, knees up high above the hips. On the way back is butt kicks. So again, pulling, trying to get your knee as deep flexion as possible. If you possibly can, hit your heel to your butt. Next one is going to be bunny hops. So on the bunny hops, what I want to see is the main thing moving is the foot and ankle, not the knee, right? So I'm flexing my quads a little bit so that I can really be tight with the knee, and I'm just jumping forward from the toes. And on the way back, we're going to go single leg hops. So this is like our single leg broad jump, but I'm cycling the opposite knee in the air. So as I'm jumping forward, I'm throwing the opposite knee forward. Hop, 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 switch. On the other side, hop, 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 hop. When you're done with 2 rounds of that, we're gonna get some stretching and some joint prehab going. So 2 rounds through, you'll need a couple of bands here. Well, you can probably do this with 1 band, but start with our star pattern. So flat, then diagonal left side up, diagonal right side up. That's 1 rep. We're gonna go through that 8 times. Make sure elbows stay straight, elbows stay straight, elbows stay straight, okay? Get that. All right, next one is band Romanian deadlift. So loop the band around your wrists, stand on top of it, and now we're just stretching out those hips and hamstrings. I wanna keep my knees just barely bent until the top when I can squeeze and straighten everything out. And then our last one is scap row from the ring. So for this, the scap row, I'm getting at the very bottom of my ring row position, and then I'm just shrugging my shoulders back, and then forward, back, and then forward. And I want you to try to really exaggerate the ends of that position. So when you pull your shoulder blades back, really try to peel your chest, make your chest arch backwards. And then when you go forward, this is like the most hunched you could possibly get. So what we're trying to do is really open up the range of motion that we can use our shoulder blades in, and that will help us to not just find the neutral position, but be able to move the shoulder blades in all the cool directions we need to be able to do the different activities with the upper body, right? So next we're gonna get some kettlebells and another band. I have a couplet here, not really for time, but the weight is going to be limited by the heaviest kettlebells that we have. And you sure could use heavier dumbbells if you would like to. I think the double 70s is probably as heavy as anyone really needs to go on this, because this is more of a stability movement than it is for lifting a super heavy weight, and that fits in with the periodicity of our deadlift training for this week, which is that we're working on relatively higher volume with moderate weight. So I'll take my 2 kettlebells and a big wide stance. Right, so I want to be able to feel a little bit of a stretch in my groin as I stand over the top of the kettlebells. Hinge downward. Kettlebells should be in line with my feet, about the middle of my foot, and then I'm just gonna squeeze and stand tall, right? And that's my kettlebell sumo deadlift, right? And I'm gonna do 8 reps of that. Goal being both kettlebells tap the ground at exactly the same time, so I'm creating that stability even though they are disconnected. And then our alternate movement for the superset is a band reverse squat. So get a little tension on the band, put your toes up through it, and then we're just pulling your knees to your chest, right? 8 reps of each of those movements for 4 sets, and then we'll get set up for the workout. So for the workout, instead of 2 kettlebells, you need 2 dumbbells. You need your jump rope and a box, and we're gonna go 30 reps of a box jump over, 15 hang clean and jerks, and 30 double unders, right? So box jump over. The height is 24 and 20. If you need to adjust that at all, that's fine. But for today, if possible, I would like to see jumps, right? As opposed to just stepping over. I know there's people that have like a knee issue or a hip issue or an ankle issue or a safety issue, right? So if it's not the right thing for you, that's okay. But just recognize that there is value in jumping. And if you always avoid jumping just because you don't like it or you don't want to, then it's going to leave a deficit in your overall fitness. If it is something you're avoiding for an orthopedic issue, then that is a totally appropriate decision, and it's different for everybody. So don't sweat it too much unless you're the one person that is listening that is like, oh shoot, yeah, I really do always just go to my step ups just because I don't feel like jumping, right? So just know that there's value in jumping. So box jump over, we're gonna hit the top of the box, but you don't need to stand tall and then back off on the other side, right? And if you wanna do this fast, you can really like pop, 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 pop. Just beware of catching your toe on one side and tumbling over the side of the box, right? That's the one thing we don't wanna do on that. That is the risk associated with any type of box jump, is clipping your foot on it or clipping your shin on it. So just be careful with that. All right, next one is gonna be our double dumbbell hang clean and jerks. So hang means I pick them up from the ground one time, and now I'm in my standing position, and now for the rest of the set, they don't go below my knees, right? All you have to do is bend your knees just enough to get a little jump, and we're gonna do a clean to the shoulders, jerk to overhead, and then back to that hang. Clean, jerk, clean, jerk, okay? 15 reps of that. The weight is challenging, 50s and 35s. I will say maybe I can get the first set unbroken. After that, I'm definitely gonna have to break those up, all right? So be tactical about how you approach that, and don't waste all your energy on those, but recognize that setting them down, you're automatically gonna incur a little time penalty because you're gonna have to convince yourself to pick them back up. So whatever you can do to keep the rest minimal between broken up sets of those dumbbell clean and jerks is gonna help you to get a better score on the workout, right? Next is just our double unders. So 2 spins around for every jump. And there are many among us who I have given the assignment, get double unders. You're athletic enough, you've got the rope speed, you just need the want to, right? And so I'm here to provide a little nudge today that this is a higher level skill. If you keep doing singles for when you have the ability to do double unders, then you are putting a brick in the way of your progress as in physical development, okay? So don't just hold back just because it's a little bit scary or just because you're not great at them. And we will always work with you. If you can do like a few of them and then switch to singles for the rest of the set, that is totally fine. So we got to find your level, and then we got to push it just a little bit, right? And if you're still doing singles because double unders hurt or you're not even close to it, then that is totally fine too. It's just something we're working toward. We're all working on this upward trajectory of trying to improve our fitness. Some people are on the edge and they're holding back from jumping, and some people are way back in the beginning and they're still climbing their way up. And they've got to respect where everybody's at on the journey and try to help everyone take that next step. So this is my little nudge to everyone who is like reluctant or doesn't want to do that because then they'll have to do double unders in all the workouts and it makes all the workouts harder. I'm like, yeah, that's what getting better looks like, right? Is to whom much is given, much is required, right? You're going to have to do more challenging things in order to continue driving your fitness unless you're willing to say, like, it's good enough. Yeah, that just is what it is, right? And that has never been my personality, and that's not the way I coach, not the environment of the gym that I want to run. I want to continually push for improvement and excellence in everything that we do. So that is it for today. I hope you guys have a great workout. Push yourselves today. 15 minutes, work hard. I'll see you guys on Friday.